Welcome to this explainer. Let's get right into it, because we've got some really crucial ground to cover. You know, a lot of folks out there treat their Google business profile like a totally tedious technical chore, just another annoying box to check off on a never-ending marketing to-do list. But today, we're going to reframe that completely. We are looking at your Google business profile not as some boring tech requirement, but as the ultimate digital trust exercise for local businesses. Think of it as your digital storefront. How you build this storefront literally determines whether a customer confidently walks through your doors or just walks right on past you.
To really wrap our heads around why this is absolutely critical, I want you to picture this. Imagine two local businesses offering the exact same service right in your city, basically side by side. Business A has this completely bare-bones profile. It gives you a name and a phone number, and that is pretty much it. Then you look at Business B. They have a fully fleshed out profile packed with great photos, glowing reviews, totally clear business hours, and super detailed service information.
So here is the million-dollar question. Which one of these businesses are you actually going to trust? The answer is incredibly obvious, right? Almost everyone immediately goes with that second business, the one with the complete profile. And that right there establishes the incredibly high stakes of your digital presence. If your profile looks like Business A, you aren't just invisible. You are actively losing your customers to Business B. And that is exactly why optimizing this is non-negotiable. To fix this, we're going to run through the Digital Storefront Framework. We've broken down a massive 14-step checklist into 4 super manageable pillars: building your foundation, shaping customer experience, showing and selling, and building ongoing authority.
All right, let's kick things off with Pillar 1, building your foundation. These are the core identity signals that create that crucial very first impression for both your potential customers and Google's algorithm.
First things first, your business name. This is literally the very first signal anyone sees, so keep it totally accurate and consistent with your real-world identity. No stuffing extra keywords in there. Next, you'll pick your categories, which we'll dive into in just a second. Then you need a solid business description. It is wild how many businesses just leave this completely blank. Take the time to explain exactly what you do, who you serve, and what makes you different. And finally, verification. You have to confirm your legitimacy with Google. Unverified profiles, yeah, they usually perform terribly compared to verified ones.
Now, let's talk about those categories. Think of them as giant neon signs telling Google exactly what your business does. You don't just pick one and call it a day. You need to choose one primary category and then multiple secondary categories. So, for example, if you run a digital marketing company, your primary category is obviously digital marketing agency. But your secondary categories, those need to drill down into the specifics, like SEO services, website design, and advertising services. Nailing the setup dramatically boosts your chances of popping up in the right local searches.
Moving right along to our second pillar, shaping customer experience. This is all about the practical, behind-the-scenes infrastructure that guides a customer smoothly to your business without any annoying friction.
This phase starts with linking up your website as your digital home base. Then, you've got to realistically define your service areas. Ask yourself where you actually serve customers and specify those exact regions so Google knows where to place you in search. After that, make sure your business hours are flawlessly accurate. And lastly, throw in that additional info. We're talking payment methods, accessibility, amenities. A complete profile is always going to outshine an incomplete one, every single time.
Just jumping back to your website for a quick second, it really acts as your digital headquarters. Honestly, even if you just have a super simple, straightforward site, linking it to your Google profile builds massive credibility. It helps generate those leads, gives your customers the deep dive information they want, and significantly strengthens your whole local presence.
And as for updating your hours, this perfectly illustrates why it matters so much. You absolutely must prevent what we call the 8 p.m. trap. Just imagine a customer searching for you at 8 p.m. Google happily tells them you are open. They get in their car, drive all the way over, and your doors are locked because you actually closed at 7. That is an incredibly frustrating customer experience. Accurate hours are absolutely essential because they directly impact real-world trust.
Okay, let's jump into our third pillar, showing and selling. Think of this section as your digital showroom. This is where visual proof and direct conversions take center stage. Welcome to the digital showroom. Here, you're going to start by uploading photos, which instantly builds trust before a customer even thinks about reaching out. Next up, list your products and services crystal clearly. This gives Google incredible context to match you to a much wider range of search queries. And crucially, enable bookings. If your business takes appointments, you absolutely need to have your booking link right there on the profile.
Let's drill down into those photos for a minute. You really don't want just one blurry, generic picture up there. Visuals help customers aesthetically understand your business. You should ideally be uploading these 5 specific types of photos. Exterior photos, so they know what building to look for. Interior photos, to show off the vibe. Team photos, to actually humanize your brand. And then specific product and service photos, so they know exactly what they are getting.
And tying that right back to enabling your bookings, keep this golden rule in mind. Reducing friction increases conversions. When you allow customers to just schedule an appointment directly from your Google profile, you are removing so many annoying barriers. They don't have to click away to a new page or pick up the phone. The whole thing is just completely seamless. And finally, we arrive at our 4th pillar, building ongoing authority. Look, your profile is definitely not a set it and forget it kind of thing. It acts as a megaphone to maintain a dynamic, totally credible presence over the long haul. This final phase is all about that ongoing effort. You've got to treat your Google Business Profile almost like an active social media platform by posting regular updates. From there, make getting reviews a massive priority. And finally, you need to build citations. Let's unpack exactly how to execute these last few steps.
So, what kind of regular updates should you actually be publishing? Well, you should be shouting about new offers, running promotions, teasing upcoming events, sharing general announcements, and highlighting product launches. Keeping your audience in the loop with fresh activity is a huge signal to the algorithm that your business is alive, active, and relevant.
Then we have reviews. And guys, I honestly cannot stress this enough. Reviews are one of the absolute strongest trust signals in all of local SEO. There are really just 2 simple review rules you got to follow. First, continuously request them from your happy customers. Second, reply to every single review you get. And yes, that includes the negative ones. Doing this proves to Google and to anyone reading that you actually care about your customers and you're actively engaged.
Now, let's quickly demystify some classic marketing jargon. You're going to hear the word citations a lot. Just think of citations as trust references scattered across the internet. The goal here is actually pretty simple. The more accurate and consistent your business info appears on other trusted directories like Yelp, Yellow Pages, or your local Chamber of Commerce, the stronger your overall local presence becomes on Google. It's like a web of trust.
So, bringing this all together, what is the ultimate takeaway here? It's simple. Completeness equals confidence. Optimizing your profile isn't just about filling out a couple of text boxes and calling it a day. It is about building a completely robust digital representation of your business. When you've got the right categories, rich details, awesome photos, active reviews, fresh updates, and solid citations, Google gains massive confidence in your business. And far more importantly, your customers gain the confidence to choose you over the competition.
If you start implementing these 14 steps piece by piece, you are absolutely going to build a profile that attracts more visibility, way more trust, and ultimately more paying customers. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to chew on right now. Is your digital storefront building confidence, or is it turning customers away before they even say hello? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to go take a fresh look at your own profile today.